In this video, I am going to show you how to set up the behavior data entry tool for Reads Analytics. It's pretty straightforward. We set it up the same way that we set up the SEL tool. We start off by going to Setup Reads Analytics and go to the Google Drive. And we got to find the behavior form, and here it is. It's the third one down. You recognize it because it's purple, just like the SEL form was purple. It's behavior form. And I right mouse click it, and nothing. Remember that left mouse click is your index finger, right mouse click is your middle finger. So I right mouse click this and nothing happens. Nothing happens. Why? Because I'm not signed in. So I got to sign in, and I'm going to sign into my Coleman Google account. And now I'm signed in. Now when I right-click the behavior form, I have the option to make a copy. So I've made a copy of it, and that copy is on my Google Drive. So if I go up here and I click Google Drive, here's my copy. And the first thing I want to do is drag it into Reads Analytics. But if you don't have the Reads Analytics folder here yet, go up to New and click New Folder and type in Reads Analytics, just as it's written on the screen, Reads Analytics, and create that folder so that you have the proper place to put it. Please keep these names the same as I have. Keep your names the same as my names just for now. In 6 months, when you're up and running and everything's going great, then you can rename them to your school's name and stuff like that. But for now, for troubleshooting, keep the names that I'm using, please. It'll help you troubleshooting a lot. So I'm going to drag this copy into my Reads Analytics folder. I clicked and dragged, and then I double click on Reads Analytics, and here I have this copy of Demo School Behavior Daily, and I'm going to rename that. Rename, and I'm going to rename it to Reads Behavior Form. Reads Behavior Form, and hit enter. And now it's Reads Behavior Form. And I'm going to double click it. And now we're inside that form. And so it's been renamed up here, but notice it's not renamed here. I'm going to rename it here too. Reads Behavior Form. Boom. Done. Okay. Now, we need to customize this form a little bit for your school. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these names. If you look at these names, you'll notice things like Bob Cratchit, and they're all fictional names. So we need to delete these names. And so we just click these X. We just click the X over and over and over and over again. And notice that they're not really names, they're actually email addresses. We use email addresses because they're unique. You need to make sure what you're putting in here is unique. I would not recommend putting in student names. I would strongly recommend using the student email addresses. That way you know that each student has a unique name. And we're going to put in the same names that we put in for this SEL form, or I'm going to do that. You're going to put in your email addresses. Billy Jones at readsdemo.org. And Cindy Harold at readsdemo.org. Okay, so why did I say oops when I put in a capital C? I said oops because in my SEL tool, it's lowercase c. I need these names to be exactly the same in each form. If they're not exactly the same in the forms, they won't index properly. So you'll have a capital C, Cindy Harold at Reads Demo, and you'll have a lowercase c, Cindy Harold in your SEL tool, and you know, capital will be in your behavior tool, and they'll look like they're not the same student. We need them to be the same student, so we need these names to be the same in each form. Sorry, that's a lot to process. If you look at there's another video about maintaining your system, and there will be more in-depth explanations of this stuff there. For now, let's just concentrate on what we're doing. You are probably going to want to change the subjects. You may have different subjects that you want to put in. So by all means, delete what you don't have and add what you might not have, work-based learning. So you may want to delete that. Okay. Go further down, block and time. This is our schedule it reads. You're going to need to put in your schedule. Notice that I've got letters up front here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. That is so that the periods will be alphabetically correct on reports. If I just put the times in, then we'll have 7:45. But look over here, we've got 1:05. So 1:05 in the afternoon, when it's sorted numerically, it's going to come before 7:45 because 1 is less than 7. And 1:55 will come before 7:45. So we put letters in front of each block so that they'll sort correctly. You should do that too. Anyway. In Europe, that won't be a problem because they use 24-hour time or military time, and so the afternoon this would be 13:05 and 13:55, and so their hours will sort correctly. So if you're in Europe, you're all set. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to our form. So we've renamed our form, we've got our students in, we've got our subjects in, we've got our blocks and times in. We are in good shape to share this form with staff. So you go up to the send button and you can email each staff member. You can type in their email addresses here. Make sure you put do not delete this email. You need to save it for the address of the form. They need to save this email so they have access to the form, okay? You can also get a link and create an email to everyone separately if you want to with just the link. Or you can get fancy and set up a menuing system like we have. That's a different ball game. But that's how you share. It's very important that you collect data before you try to set up the analytics. If you try to set up the analytics with no data, it's impossible. You can't connect the fields. So have your staff enter a bunch of data, maybe for the next month or so, in this form before you try and set up the analytics. That's how we set up the behavior form. I hope you were successful. Thanks for watching.